Well, 6. 10 points.
Greetings and salutations. Today we are reviewing M4 Nutrition iEvolve.
Cool. iEvolve is a concentrated stimulant pre-workout supplement. We're going to go over the product formula. We're going to break down the ingredients and tell you what they do. We'll definitely cover the effects since it is a stim-based pre-workout. We'll go into flavours and taste, value for money, and then we'll tell you what the Spartans disciples here think of the product as well.
Yeah.
The product has recently had a light reformulation and it's been fully labelled out. You previously used a proprietary blend like that right there, but that's really small and you can hardly read it. So this is also a little on the small side, so I couldn't find a big one. But they're basically labelled out exactly what is in the product and you can tell exactly every single ingredient, how much is in it, which I personally love. So here's what is in the product. We get 2,000 milligrams of beta-alanine, and which is a lot of beta-alanine. It's not carnosine beta-alanine, but it's still a fairly damn decent serve. And when you try the product, your face will be itching like crazy. We've got some NCG, N-carbimyl glutamate, I believe you say it, 750 milligrams.
Which increases protein synthesis.
It does indeed. Which links in with, it's got a little bit. It's got a gram of branched chain amino acids in a 2:1:1 ratio. So that's 500 megs of leucine and 250 each of isoleucine and valine. It's not a breathtaking amount, to be honest. I'm not quite sure of the reason as to why we'd really bother putting that little amount in there. But in saying that,
protein synthesis.
But in saying that, when you combine that with NCG, that will amplify the effect of those, and it's a nice little bonus to have in the product.
Especially if you're taking aminos during the workout. Also.
Which pretty much everyone would be doing anyway. So it's a
we would encourage that anyway.
It's a nice top up, definitely. Also, 500 milligrams of agmatine sulfate for
Pumps.
the pumps, nutrient partitioning, delivering nutrients to the muscle, and it's also
Positive effect on the neurotransmitters.
Yes, and a mild mood enhancer as well. For the stimulant side, we've got 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is
Pretty standard.
Not too ridiculous, but a nice.
It's a good amount. It's a good amount. You're going to notice it, but you're not going to.
Nice kick that you won't go to. You won't turn into a complete retard.
Yeah.
And then we've got 5 milligrams of Dendrobium. And people might think 5 milligrams. That is a fair whack of Dendrobium. The previous version of the product had 3 milligrams. It's been beefed up to 5. Dendrobium was one of the key actives in Driven Sports craze. So if you've ever had craze before or ever tried this, you'll notice that Dendrobium gives you really, really good mental focus, alertness, and it will also limit the amount of caffeine that you have to take to get a good stim effect. So you're going to get a nice carryover. For some people who haven't had it before, I would recommend having half a serve because 5 megs of Dendrobium is a fair whack, just so you don't get a crash off the product. Because 5 milligrams is, like I said, it's a decent amount.
And also, you don't need as much stims as people think. If you require a pre-workout to train, you're a bit of a bitch.
You might need a little bit of a siesta from the pre-workout, so a little bit of a taper off, or maybe even just use it if you're really hooked on it, maybe only have it for your biggest body parts for that time, like legs and back. Yeah. But if you have to have 2 scoops of iEvolve to have for your calf workout,
just go to bed.
Just don't bother going to the gym. It's ridiculous.
They are fun though, don't get me wrong. Every now and then taking a fair whack of stimulants is quite fun. I enjoy it sometimes. Not always. Usually I'm just more of a pump kind of guy, like agmatine, hemivol, that kind of thing.
Mate, no one asked you.
Well, don't worry then, I'll just shut up.
Next minute, rambling about absolute garbage.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, iEvolve. So that's the formula. Now, the effect is really good. You have this, 10 minutes later, you've got that crazy stimulant tingle in your face. You can feel the beta-alanine. You get nice, clean energy. It's quite a high, like Dendrobium to me gives me it's a very individual thing with stimulants. But Dendrobium to me gives a nice sort of pretty clean energy. It's quite a higher paced energy and it will definitely hit you pretty fast. But it gives you a nice sustained release effect as well. It's going to carry you over. It's not like it lasts for 20 minutes and then drops off. It lasts for quite a while. 500 megs of agmatine sulfate. Decent serve without being too ridiculous. You definitely won't get any laxative effect out of that, which is one of the side effects really of too much agmatine. But you do get good pumps in the product. Definitely.
Where do you get the pumps? Biceps, triceps.
Biceps, tricepticons over there.
Goodness gracious me. That's what you want.
The pumps are really good. The energy's good. The focus you get off Dendrobium. Hence the reason Craze went to the most ridiculous selling supplement.
Craze was gay.
Full of stims. It wasn't really much in the product, but in terms of the
Who asked
stim
me?
based, no one asked you anyway. But Dendrobium, it gives you wicked mental focus. So you'll get good performance, good repeat sets.
Yeah.
And even if you're not that motivated on the day, scoop of that, motivation covered. Don't have to worry about it.
No more Dragon Ball Z videos on YouTube before the gym. Just scoop of that and you
Get those together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look out, yeah.
Instagram
There's
videos
trouble.
away. In terms of the post-workout crash, none really. Like, if you hadn't had Dendrobium,
It depends how high you go in terms of the stim.
Agreed, completely agreed. If you came off a stim break and then you had this, which has got 5 megs of Dendrobium, you might find you do crash a little bit. So, like I said, recommend have like maybe half or 2/3 of a scoop if you're not super stim tolerant. But for the average gym junkie who was using another pre-workout, coming onto this one will be no issue whatsoever. Especially giving. Generally, we find, like we obviously deal with a lot of customers, and a lot of people love pre-workouts. Those who have rely on just huge amounts of straight caffeine, just drains their adrenal system.
Yeah. And they say, oh, I don't get much of a kick out of it. Well,
I don't get a kick, I can't sleep. No,
Yeah.
Stop taking so much straight caffeine and look for something else like those other stimulants. There's other stimulants around besides caffeine, like Dendrobium, like tyramine, cortisone, that do a really good job and won't cook you. And you won't build up a tolerance to them as fast.
how much does this motherfucker cost?
This fine product is $59.95 and has 40 serves, which makes it $1.50 a serve. Yes. Awesome value for money. Probably pretty much get an extra 10 serves above the market norm for the same price. Flavors wise, comes in 4 flavors. It comes in candy apple, which is like a green apple, like a sour sort of apple. Very nice. Tropical punch, blue raspberry, and the new one, strawberry lime. Flavors from everything from M4 Nutrition are pretty damn good. Probably one of the better tasting pre-workouts on the market.
Yeah.
It's good tasting for a pre-workout.
Yeah, it's not amazing, but
I'm not
it's
going to
for a
say it's like,
pre-workout.
oh look, it's as good as an awesome whey protein blend. It tastes damn good for a pre-workout. It's definitely sweet, and the apple's quite sour, like a sour apple, but it's a good tasting
It's
pre-workout.
not like a chemically poisoned geek stunner type flavour.
Definitely not that bad.
Oh.
It's one of the, probably in the top 3 best tasting pre-workout supplements we've tried.
Yeah.
So very, very good.
Mixes pretty well.
Mix is good. The other thing about this product, if you use this continually, you will find that one scoop always works. The nice thing about that it doesn't just use straight caffeine is, and the benefit of Dendrobium is that you don't build up a tolerance to it. So you can take the product over and over and over again and still get a consistent effect out of it without having to double and triple scoop products, which is not only is it cooking your adrenal system, making you more likely to get sick, enhancing the side effects without enhancing the effect, but it's also costing you obviously 2 or 3 times as much per workout. So damn fine product. Nice continual effect, and you're going to get good workouts. Like it, love the stuff. M4 make a damn good product.
Thumbs up.
Big thumbs up by iEvolve. Done very well. For a newer Craze, wasn't a bad product as such, but iEvolve is probably a better product and better formula and better pumps. Plus, it actually tastes good. Craze tasted like crap. Oh,
Gag
disgusting. Tasted like a jar of chemicals. iEvolve is the shit.